Hi, this is Natalie Bodley. This is EDNU 524 Week 4 Journal. And the question is, what's the big idea? Why is it important that we teach big ideas? Well, in this video, the teacher had the big idea of teaching multiplication and division and figuring out how they're interrelated. And so she did so by putting some problems on the board, talking about them, letting the students figure out what they needed to do. Some of the benefits of focusing on a lesson surrounding a big idea is that students get a lot of information. They get a lot of opportunities to practice. It's not just one specific problem, and they can make connections between two different ideas. Well, that's the academic benefits. Those are the academic benefits. So what strategies did the teacher use? So I got a lot out of this video. I thought she was very good at letting the students speak. She helped them figure it out on their own. She wasn't pushing her agenda, and it just worked. She asked, what is a different way? What is a different way to get 6 times 4 or to show that? And they had to explain, how did they get there? They couldn't just copy off their friend's paper to get the answer. They had to explain how they got there. It talks on the next slide, but when a kid was trying to explain, they were kind of on the right path but struggled a little bit. She asked another student to, well, what do you think? Like, how can we help Johnny figure this out? Or what is he trying to say that maybe you understand too? She had them draw a picture. I thought was brilliant. And the second word problem, dealing with Maria and Wayne and how much money they saved, before she even gave them a problem or the question, told them what she wanted, she had them draw a picture of the thing. I thought that was extremely engaging because they're just trying to visualize what's going on first. The teacher never corrected. She never said, oh, that's not right, but she drew everything that they said just the way they said it and then helped them see their conclusions. She just did such a good job. She asked the questions, the kids did the talking. They did the explaining on how it happened. She said at the very end, you used your strategy, you saw how a partner did it, and then you saw Charlie did it. Try describing Charlie's way, because obviously Charlie's way was a more correct way of getting the answer. It was a more complete way of getting that answer. So that worked. That was good that they recognized that. Some of her engagement strategies, I was very impressed. She didn't have to tell students to be quiet. They just listened to her because they were highly engaged. She did a number talk. You talk to your partner, you talk to as a group, and then you talked at the board to figure things out. Oh, this is what I said earlier. Can anyone add to what Johnny was saying? What else is it? Because that's a way for students who may struggle a little bit to have an opportunity to express themselves, but then students who get it, they can kind of come in and add to it, but they're working together as a team. What is a different way? It's something that she asked. Mental math strategies. This is something that all teachers should, their students should be able to know. Think about it in your head, and how would you come up with that? And my favorite part is she'd say, don't distract anyone else from thinking, which is such a nice way of be quiet and listen, or be quiet and think. She was very good at engaging them and keeping them ready. Some of the evidence that supports that is that the kids got it. A lot of them understood that to solve the problem, they didn't add 24 3 times. It was 24 divided by, separated out. They understood that concept. The only thing I would do differently in this lesson is perhaps have manipulatives available. Some of those kids need more hands-on things to play with, and that could have helped. The tape diagram was a great picture. That's how when she was first telling the students to draw a picture, that's what I drew, is the tape diagram. And then the second thing that goes along with that is she never emphasized why there were 3 boxes in the tape diagram. That is important. The $24 was divided into thirds because it was 3 times more. So she needed to make that connection with the student so that they understood why there were 3. And then that one, the box on the bottom, where does that box come from? Well, that's the part that Wayne had. So I thought she did an excellent job. I learned a lot about this. I tell some of my teacher friends that I feel like that's what a credential program should be, is just watching other teachers teach effectively, because you get so much out of it. Have a good day.